Good morning. This is Secret Cup coming at you live with Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. That's what it's called, right? I believe that's what it's called. Not Apollo Justice, Spirit of Justice, not. Yeah, no, it's definitely Ace Attorney because Apollo hasn't even shown up. He probably won't show up. Now, obviously, I was horrendously ill last time, which is very unfortunate, and I'm hoping that is not the case today. So with that being said, we got at least 4 hours, as the title says. Not that the title has been rather indicative of what actually happens recently, but let's go ahead and just hop right into it. I am feeling a lot better today, and I'm hoping we can get a lot farther. Ah, right, we were left off with this guy and the stand-in. Now, let's see. Well, let's start from the beginning. Alright. Princess dance has come to an end. Music store room, my way I wend. So this one, we can't say anything about how the music was playing, can we? I suppose it was just practice, so he doesn't necessarily have to be there. Yeah? I think so. Just gonna go through all this evidence just in case. All the shutters are shut. Yep. Diagram. Key. And the picture. Yep, okay. We're all good then. And that is, in fact, the key around his neck at that moment. Yes. Now, let's see. To the music room you go. Yes. Death, truth is what you dread, hear me shred. It's from the storeroom. You saw I'll be creeping to the treasure room. Okay. Could he get into the treasure room at this point? I think so. Nothing indicating that he couldn't have. And trailing behind, you saw Pat roll. Going after Albie. Okay, that's still good. Still by the storeroom. And the power goes out. But didn't we determine that it couldn't have been in the storeroom when the power went out? Does it say that on this? The temple's treasure room. Yep, that's where the body was discovered. Yeah, the notice. Temple diagram. Alright, I think we're going to start by pressing these last two statements, yeah? What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? Oh, I remember, we did this last time. You're just tuning it, right? There! Oh, that's not. I don't even remember what voice I gave them. Anyway, no, it turns out we did not do this last time. There. You get the picture? Oh, right. I hated doing his voice because I can never agree on something that worked. We're going to continue hating his voice because I don't think I'm going to find something that works. The picture? What picture? Mr. Understandin is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey, geezer, you got into one. Take a bow, baby. Oh, man. Come on, maybe I need some water. I didn't even read that last line. How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it? Yep. Now tell me about the power going out. Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Ah, this is the thing I pressed last time. Gotcha. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol in the treasure room. And now that he discovered the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Lawyer man, just as always so full of bull. Oh, I remember reading this, yeah. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Oh, I think I also stopped here waiting for him to continue last time as well. Filthy liar through and through, and I ain't never ever gonna forgive you. Utter lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous. Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session, please. I only understood about half of what this guy's saying. I suppose I should press his statements, but I'm really not looking forward to it. Yes, I remember this all very vividly now. Alright, if that's the case, then I probably should just press everything. Because a lot of his statements don't give me anything at all. Hold it. You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right, I don't really have any proof. And yet... Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and you were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran to the music storeroom, isn't that right? Huh, that's really awkward. Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? This silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence. Just to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Wait, did we really just have to press that first statement to progress? That's interesting. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom. You've made your assertions clear, defense. But your argument is rather unsubstantiated. That's not good. What's so funny, peace-loving understanding? Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness. You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not a design. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take the advantage of the darkness. Did they... Wait. So, did he... Are you saying you have proof that he didn't just flick the fuse box that he was standing next to? And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. You're right. Even I wouldn't notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen, with no magic necessary. What? You have a theory, defense? All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? Come on, Phoenix, you don't gotta treat me like Dora. Take that! The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off, and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness, with no source of light whatsoever. Is that what you're saying? Haha! With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. A guide through the darkness. Something? That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree? You ain't gonna move this room with half-baked punch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby, woo! Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Hey, I think I'm really starting to get the hang of this again. Uh-oh, what do I do? Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide to the darkness? Yes, we can. The glow-in-the-dark paint. Easy, easy. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let us see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide to the darkness? The treasure box. I believe the victim was holding the treasure box. Huh? Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right. But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box? Because... Well, your guess is as good as mine. What is this lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Defense. Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all? No, your majesty. Yeah, man, do it, do it. And we can jam out this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Haha, better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. While you still have a tongue to scream with. I guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was the thief. That's why he's wearing the mask over his face, yeah? It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon, but I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello? Defense, are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim? The thief? Oh? Is that them turning towards me, or against me again? Haha, what kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would make sense. All it would give us, and it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran to Albie on the Great Stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to his death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been impossible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Alright. Still stumbling on my words a bit, but I think we're getting, into the whole vibe I need to be in. Do you have any idea what you're saying? You are unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. Haha, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Roll, trying to roll the temple. That devout believer? That pious Koreanist? I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, your majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? But I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence, and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace of evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Well, let's take a look what we got. Not the song? I don't think it's... yeah, he just him getting hit in the head. Well, his glove has blood on it. I've been wondering about that this whole time. Because we can see that he was hit in the head with a box. But we don't know why the back of his glove has blood on it. So it's probably that. Let's just go through everything else real quick, though. Yeah, it's the glove, yeah?
Take that!
The defense would like to examine this piece of evidence. Would you now? I don't think that piece of evidence will give us any answers. Whoops, it looks like I got it wrong. Perhaps you would like to examine this penalty instead. Ah! Okay, that's the animation for losing a life. Not much different than it was before. Okay, don't overthink this, Phoenix. It's gotta be something that might still hold some trace of being touched. And if the victim was the thief, what's something that would have touched? I'll give you another chance, defense. And this time, show me evidence you can stand behind. Oh, hey. Did the stream go out? I think it went out. It did. Hey, why am I gone? Huh. Huh. Well, if that isn't upsetting. Give me 1 second, please. Alright, what do we got to deal with here? What cut out? Yes, I know I'm alive. Okay, the previous one went on for 12 minutes. Well, why'd it stop? Huh. We don't seem to be having any issues with bitrate right now. Did we really just cut out completely? Huh. Let me see, where does it cut out? Sorry to stop this in the middle, but there's no one here anyway, so I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Okay, we didn't cut out too much, actually. It looks like we cut out right as I messed up and took my first point of damage. So, I think we just continue as is, right? Yeah, I think so. Here we go. And this time, show me evidence you can stand behind. Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have involved... something that would have been involved with the theft. We are still keeping up, right? Good, good, we are. And that might still have some trace of evidence left on it. Yes, yes. Okay, what proof do we have? Well, I suppose it might just be... oh, okay, hold on. Roll's wearing gloves, so he's not gonna have fingerprints on anything. The treasure box, maybe? The notice? Well, no, the notice was printed, so we know the defendant was the only one that touched it. I suppose it could be the music box, right? Yeah, that's probably just it. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might? You had better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, your majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Alright. Do we actually get to inspect it in 3D, I wonder? There you are, Defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something, I just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate the evidence with the right stick. I can also use Y and B to zoom in and out to get a better look. And if I ever get turned around, I can always use reset to return things to its initial state. Hey, that's new, I appreciate that. I don't think that was in the original, trilogy. Or in that last trial where we got 3D stuff. That rotating 3D objects was a real pain back then. I'd better search every inch of this box carefully. And examine anything of interest in detail with A. Well, I think it's just a lock, right? The lock's not broken, it's opened. Yeah, there's a butterfly in the back. Yeah, no, I think it is just the lock. This is the lock, and was forced open. I don't see anything else of note about it. Oh, really? Okay, what about the top lock? The lid of the box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid, too. Yep, that works. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can, no sweat. And why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where is the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? Alright. Huh? It won't open. Yeah, I noticed earlier, not earlier, but in the previous stream, that it's shaped like a question mark, which seemed rather odd to me, and it led me to inspecting the photo, because I thought it was, maybe this was a fake one, because I noticed that it was question mark shaped, but it's shaped like this in the photo too, so I think, it's just been fake for a long time at this point. Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. In any case, I'd better take another good look. I had to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Alright, well, let's take a look around. Oh, that looks like something notable there with those bloodstains. Hinge on the back. Oh, and here's something more noticeable. The big handprint. This bloodstain! It shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? This is Pat Roll's handprint, because Pat Roll's back hand is covered in blood. Yes. And it wouldn't leave any fingerprints, so unless they closed the box, which they clearly didn't, they wouldn't notice the handprint, probably. Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box. Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of this lawyerly deceit. What do you mean? Haha, Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Either show proof, or prepare to meet the shears. You could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit instead. That I did not see coming. Well, Defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please, submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? Well, this is the photo that we accidentally submitted. Not accidentally submitted, we incorrectly submitted right before the stream cut out.
Take that!
I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens that I have the proof you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo. Is? Where? Defense, please point it out. Don't restate the question, Phoenix. We know what to do. Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood. What? If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline, you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter? Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. You can't be serious. I protest. There's no way that ever would match up. I assert that it's patently impossible for... Talk about tongue karma. It's not like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? Why, you... Ugh. Ugh. I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future, too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know if it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news, but he must have needed the money badly. Probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me? Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll.
Objection!
And now, wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means that Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon was something else? The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. Ah, my knee! Oh, my knee! In real life, I hit it. Oh. Oh. Okay, here we go. Keep going. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Andestanden? Are you insinuating that I'm the one who used a real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? Ha 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 ha! You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man, drop into the abyss. I wish his lines would come out a bit faster. Despicable lawyer man, yo, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. Worthless lawyer man, done in by a weapon. For you, miserable wretch, hell doth beckon. Yeah. I know I don't need to remind you, defense. But your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty. Yet you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon? Death to the lawyer! This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down. Not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now, let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Gladly. I knew which one it was. What would someone like Anna Stanton use to bludgeon someone? Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Heh, yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows what the real murder weapon that you say I used. Well, doesn't an orb show up in this photo? There's no orb in the photo. Well, I suppose he wouldn't have the orb yet. Well, okay, so let's think. So the obvious thing is that his instrument, right? But we don't really have a way to submit that. Actually, he's using like a different instrument here. So that could be it. Though he also just came from that class where he was teaching the instrument he's currently holding. So maybe not. Now the key is far too small to be a bludgeon. You already know it's not the treasure box. It's not the orb within the treasure box, unless he's already stolen it. But if he's already stolen it, why would he have... This is the different key, right? Yeah, well, it's the same key, but it's just the wrong key. So it could not have been the orb, right? I think so. But then... what would it be? Is it actually just like the guitar? It could. It looks sturdy enough. I'm gonna go ahead and try and submit that. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion. That photo? How's it going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah? And what's this something, hmm? This thing here is odd, to say the least. The, instrument you're playing. Mr. Anna Stanton, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you said your Demolin was your one and only. Well, Mr. Anna Stanton, what do you have to say to that? Heh, I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old Demolin to this court as evidence. Too bad. You're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. You what? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby. Haha. No! He already destroyed the evidence? And I see more trash right here in this courtroom that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Ha ha ha! Ah, now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on, that was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Where's the great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But, Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture. Ah. There's the pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accused Mr. Understanding of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive for murder goes out the window. Ah! Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. Man, Understanding's voice really does not agree with my throat. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-argument to that. It sounds to me like Mr. Understandings has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down a verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Offense, I trust you understand that what you yourself will receive for taking on this case. Ah, death. Do we take out the tongue before or after? What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and I've got no motive. Poor Albie will be convicted and I'll lose my life, too. Mr. Wright, you wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lèse-majesté in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. Oh? Okay, I thought we were gonna have like a psych lock or something. This guy's guilty as sin, I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll. But what? Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out. Oh, they're not chanting this time. Exterminate. I guess I won't chant. That's too late. Nothing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation he would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. Oh, he said? We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to? Defense, what's gotten into you? Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like, pull Kunka, man. What you trying to say? Mutter and squealing to yourself? Sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No, Your Majesty. That's not it. It's just, I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time. This is your last chance, defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense, no amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, defense. What is this misconception you mentioned? The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty, right? What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What? What? Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why, then, did he ask Albie the question that he did? That is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty. I beg your pardon? Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran to the boy on the stairs. But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it. Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty. Ah, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he? Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all. But what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Andestanden? My point is this. It gave Mr. Andestanden a motive to murder the victim. A motive? Mr. Andestanden, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed, because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd! You know, I only just now noticed that Payne's a little front hair is a piece of his crown. Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke. So then, what really happened to the treasure? It had been stolen long before this incident occurred, by Mr. Peace-Lovin' Andestanden himself. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Andestanden? Your Majesty, Magistrate, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping. The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Andestanden holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure? As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing the box open. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. What? What? The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. Yes, finally a tiny shred of hope. Mr. Andestanden, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims? This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and is ready to explode, baby. Instructor Andestanden, please, calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it. This lawyer is a lying scumbag. Oh. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock. Death to the lying lawyer. Is that all you have to say? Or are you going to get testimony? Okay, we got testimony. Here we go. Oh, man. I'm going through so much liquid. This guy's voice is killing me. Steal the Founder's Orb? Me? I did it? This lying lawyer's insults know no limits. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred duty to the Holy Mother easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need. Lion lawyer, condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell. Alright. I didn't see anything explicitly obvious at the point. I used the wrong word there. But you guys know what I mean. Alright. We've now heard from both sides. Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Andestanden opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. If you are unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination, then the ADC Act will come into play, and both you and the accused will lose your lives. I understand. Life or death. It all comes down to this. Mr. Wright. Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be alright. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya, together. It's a deal. I can't let Albie down. I have to win this trial. Somehow, I have to prove that only Andestanden could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem. The last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil. Mortal coil. Oops. Alright, here we go. Where do we think there's something wrong? Did they know already that the orb is in there? They did, yes. I believe so. Let me see. Okay. Not even the Magicom key can open it. How exactly would you go about forcing that box open? I wonder. Let's see, steal a Founder's Orb? No way. All this time you've guarded it. Sacred to the duty of the Holy Mother. I don't know what I just said, but it definitely was not right. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need. Well... Did he force the box open? If he forced the box open, then why did he bring it with him? Huh. Oh, let's press that. How about that? The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on, you just saw for yourself, didn't ya? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. Well, there's your proof right there. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's a different key. Yeah? That's what it is, right? I'd like to suggest that a different key is required to open it. A different key? To open the box? As we saw earlier, the box wouldn't open with Mr. Andestanden's key, which means that a different key, the true key, must exist. Haha, are you kidding me? Of course not. If you can't prove that it doesn't exist, just calm down a second and think about it, lawyer man. Why in the world would I bring a fake key here with me? Why, you ask? Well, because... Well, I guess you got me there. Looks like that babbling rook you call a mouth has dried up at the source defense. Darn, I messed that one up. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Really? It's not that he has a different key. There's a different key. And his is fake. Let's speed through that press again and see what the other option was. Because it could be just be a puzzle box, yeah? Oh, my voice. Maybe there's a different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it, to protect the contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man. Ah, so you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know, Defense. The Kingdom of Khura'in is not some sort of fantasy funland. Ah, it's true I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. And yet... Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about the crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. A real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional, man, there ain't no other way. Ah, a new verse. Please do add it to your testimony, Mr. Understandin. Ah, there we go. A real method to open lock, you say? Delusional, man. There ain't no other way. Well, Let me see. When the dragon tiger battle, the founder offers divine protection. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Isn't it just that? The orb ceremony? Because it seems like the butterfly... There it is! Oh, I see it. Oh. That is really clever. Man. So the butterfly, it's got the Magatama key on its wing. Alright. Well, now we know how it works. So which one do I present? Do I present the box? Or do I present the song? I think I present the box.
Objection!
No, that's not it. Well, I can just go ahead and speed through this. We've already read the incorrect evidence dialogue. I want to present the song now.
Objection!
That's also not it. Do I have to press him on the new statement, perhaps? I mean, I know the answer. We've already seen it. Okay, let's press him then. Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas, that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer drowning in confusion. Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it. What'll it be for this sinner's flight of fancy? Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... It's hidden in the box. Right? The treasure box. Yeah? And where in the box is the secret exactly? Well, it's... I hadn't thought that far ahead. It's the carvings. There's definitely something on there. Are you sure? You're sounding a little desperate, Defense. Desperate? Not at all, Your Majesty. The carvings the accused snuck in to see, even though it's forbidden, I might add. Witness, can you tell us anything about these carvings on the box? Of course. As head monk, I know all about them. The carvings depict the Khura'inese butterfly as it carries a soul to the Twilight Realm. They were made in around the 7th century. I see. Would you please add that information to your testimony? Fine. Listen up, lawyer trash. Khura'inese butterfly from the 7th century carry the Mitama so elementary. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not sure how that's going to get me to the answer. Oh, I spilled my drink. We're fine. It just spilled onto my hand. Now, let's see. Do I present the song here? Do I present the box here? Or do I present the key? I think I present the box. Because I can see. Right there. But we're going to press anyway, because last time pressing was the right answer. I believe the butterfly design conceals some sort of secret. Oh yeah? Why don't you check it out for yourself then? Uh-huh. What's with that smug look on his face? I think I'll do just that. Your Majesty, if I could. Nothing unusual here. Well, Defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told you, didn't I? Ah. Then in that case, there must be some sort of trick to the key. Haha, now you're suspicious of the key, are you? There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right. He desecrated the box by opening it without using this Mitama key. Wait. What did he just say? I'll sing it as many times as I have to get it through your thick lawyer skull. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure. Yeah. For the forgetful Defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? This testimony is getting so long. I feel like they, really wanted this to be the last one. Oh, so you like this little number better, do ya? Let's see. Should I have him swap in this statement? Sure, go ahead. I believe the witness just made, or saying, a very important statement. I'd like it switched into his testimony. Very well. Witness, if you would. If I have to, carve it into your brain, lawyer man. Alright. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure. Yep. We know that it's there on the box. So how do I get from here to there, is the question. I don't think I have to press again. Do I present the box now, perhaps? I'm going to be on 1 HP if I do, which would not be fantastic. Or do I press again? Because there's nothing strange about the key itself. I'm going to present the box. Nope, that's not it. Here we are, 1 HP. Alright. Well, suppose we gotta play extra safe now, huh? There must be some sort of secret trick to this key. Oh, yeah? And what exactly is this secret trick? Huh? What's that smug look for? Maybe something like... it can change shapes? Wow, man, that's some wild imagination you got there. I'll give credit where credit's due. You can daydream like a champ. Just like any Magatama, this key is made of a translucent material. One look and it's pretty obvious it can't change shapes. Yeah, I wasn't really sold on that one myself. But I felt like there was something odd about Anderson's testimony just now. I think I'd better take another look through the evidence. Oh, I can't change. Huh. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure. Alright. In that case, do I just present the song? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I want to present the song, and this could be my death, so here we go.
Objection!
Oh, there we go. Phoenix is dead. Sorry, Phoenix. To think, we got almost all the way through the previous game without getting game over, and we got to game over on the first trial in this one, even though I knew the correct reasoning. What a shame. I have heard enough. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charges filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused, Albie Urgaide, and his defender, Phoenix Wright, guilty. And then we zoom out, door shut, and it sends us right back in with full HP, right? So, yeah. Okay, so how exactly then do we go about doing this? Because we know the logic. We know the reasoning. We just don't know the steps the game wants us to take to get to there. Yes. Let's see. Well, we gotta press this first. And we gotta speed through it. Maybe I should have saved beforehand so I don't have to do all this. Nah, that's fine. A different way to open it. Bum 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 bum. There ain't no other way. Press. Bum dum bum 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 bum. Now I know the answer is the box, but I'm gonna press the key here first to see if I'm able to swap it out afterwards. Because if that is the case, like it was just a second ago, then that would unfortunately mean that my entire thinking is wrong, and that something is up with the key and not the box. I mean, obviously something's up with both because it's a key and a lock, so you need to have both components. Yeah, only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. I'm gonna press that and see if I can change it to the box now. Okay, yep, can't change it out. So it must be something with a key, right? Just making sure there's nothing else here. Yeah, no, okay, this is the thing we need to figure out. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Well, we know it's not the box itself, and we know it's not the song. Not the autopsy report, of course, or the badge. It's not the photo, so we can see on this page. Probably not the key itself. Or the diagram, so the only thing I could think of it being is the crime photo. But why would it be that? I really feel like it shouldn't be this. I mean, I suppose we could use this. Taking away our 3D model. But we can see that there's a spot for the Magatama key to be pushed onto the back. We can see here. Well, I guess he wasn't struck in the head with this. Where did the blood come from on that side? Was it just from his hand? I wonder. Do we perhaps just present the crime scene photo? Because I'm not really sure what else we do. I feel like... Okay, so... we have enough HP to get through like every piece of evidence we have if we just wanted to brute force it. But I at least want to find out the reasoning behind the answer before I submit it. So, it's not the song or the box right now because we haven't gotten that far. We know it's not the crime photo because we just tried that. So, is it really just the key? We present the key on the key? That seems weird. That's also the only thing I can think of it being. Why is it? Phoenix, please tell me. In this rare occurrence, your thought process has deviated from mine such that I cannot fathom the answer. Explain. Just a minute, Mr. Andestanden. You just called your key the Mitama key, didn't you? But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Oh, that's it. The Mitama key? What's that? I don't know, Your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question. Oh, what? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing, so what? Simple slip of the tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. What say you, defense? Is it an important detail? Judging by Andestand's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. The key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds a great significance for the defense. Nah, man, just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant. You're just riding the crazy train out to nowhere, lawyer man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense. To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I am eager to find out. What? Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail? Yes, it's an absolutely important detail. I think. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb. I see. Very well, in that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim. The grounds, Your Majesty? You can, of course, show grounds, can you not, defense? Of course. What else can I say? I had to come up with something. Anything, even if it's just a bluff. Mitama key. Mitama. There has to be something that ties Mitama and the orb together. Yes, this is the song. Good. Don't keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's Orb?
Take that!
What's that? The Song of Ceremony? All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells us the treasure of the founder of Kurainism. But hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to really open the treasure box. Oh, Holy Mother! Yes. Well, go ahead, tell me. Or let me tell you, rather. But how can that be, defense? The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key. Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean... We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it. And I suppose you know the right way, then? I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first flip it vertically, right? That's what it was on the picture? Yes, flip it vertically. If we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this... it becomes the Kuraini's symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama. Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit in the lock that way. Heh. I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. Oh, there must be some other place this key fits, but where? Now, let's see, what were the words the Song of Ceremony had in the Song of Ceremony again? Under butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Where should the Mitama key actually be used? Right back here.
Got it!
Oh, there's a whole animation for it. I wonder how that mechanism works. My goodness! The treasure box! It really opened up! No way, man! What? No! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne. How so? Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just decoy. Then what you're saying is... Neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They, therefore, had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Peace, Levin, and a stand-in. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can only be one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Anastandin. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll. Oh, is he just gonna... Oh, I assume he's gonna pass out, right? That's like the usual pattern. Ooh, that's not pleasant on the ears. Getting some feedback, bud. Ah! Cuckoo. Really? The cuckoo? Oh my god. How many years has it been since that's been thrown at me for someone going, like, passing out? At least, like, I don't want to, what do I say? At least 13 years, I guess, because I do watch some rather old media a lot, well, frequently. But geez, come on. Curse him. It's all his fault. Why'd he have to try and steal the treasure? Why'd I have to spot him with that box on my way to the storeroom after the morning dance? It's his fault I had to cause the blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me? I couldn't let... I had to stop him. What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. No. My perfect, unblemished record. Destroyed. The incredible pain ruined. No! No! Oh, is his hair gonna go? Yeah, there. Oh, he lost the sideburns, too. Sideburns, is that what it's called? I'm not sure, actually. Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening. Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused Albi Urgaide not guilty. Do we got confetti? Oh, we get petals and butterflies instead. Does this always happen, I wonder? Oh, did the characters not notice it, perhaps? Or I suppose maybe they're just not reacting? Alright, there we go. You know, I must say, the, now that we're here in this room, there's something I wanted to say about it last time we were here. That symbol on the tapestry of the butterfly and the soul, it looks a lot like a mask. I'm just saying. And I know that's like the whole point of a butterfly having those patterns on its wings to look like eyes, but oh boy, do they really have to put the bit on the top that connects the wings to the soul? It really just makes it look like a mask. And I would be surprised if it's not worn as a mask at some point in this game. There's still quite a commotion. People from the gallery show no sign of clearing out. I can't believe it. Not guilty. I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. I've never been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable. Mr. Wright! Oh, Albie. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was a touch and go there for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But how did it even get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least, I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on how her benevolence's insights turned out. Right. Rafa, the royal priestess. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on the truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality? For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving a wrongful conviction. Mr. Wright! Shh, shh. Huh? Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested. The rebel? That's right. One of those people going against our queen in the court system. Oh, okay. Oh, who's Mr. Street Fighter here? They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. And they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow Her Eminence, even commit crimes. Dirk. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. He sounds like a fun guy to voice. The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that Dirk guy. Pardon the intrusion. Who is this? Oh. You. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see? Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I'm the Kuraini's Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karkul Kurain. Is that how we're going to pronounce that? Inga Karkul Kurain. Okay, we gotta get a voice for this guy. Which means I'm gonna need to drink some water, clear my throat. Because between the kid, pain, and the hippie, my throat's really not doing too well. So, just give me a second. Alright, here we go. I'm the Kuraini's Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karkul Kurain. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice. So, he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense Culpability Act and all. Minister Inga, how are you, sir? Run along, mini-monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief. A repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it, and they found all the booty he'd pilfered right there in his digs. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll? Why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How can you say that? Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my men check out that Andestenden fella, too. He wasn't the only one with sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So we gave up the Founder's Orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I'm not sure if I like the voice I'm giving him. It's just the sort of thing I've rolled out with. I feel like it should be a bit grittier. Yeah. Say, White. That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift? Oh, well, yikes, I'm in for it now. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash, and let it slide this time. But all I did was defend the accused. You do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, you catch my drift? Even a dirty, no-good Nick Punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favor, and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Alright. I think I like the new voice I gave him more, but we might touch it up a bit by the next time he rolls around. Probably. Yikes. He was kind of scary, wasn't he? Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as when we can continue the sightseeing tour. Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still lots more temples to see and all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area, and the waterfalls used for training, and this place that they used to dangle off a really steep cliff and you get a great view of the Twilight Realm. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. I actually want to see what those said. I'm not going to read them out loud. Did I read that right? Saying when it said dangling off a cliff? Yeah, they dangle you off a cliff to give you a soul of the Twilight Realm. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together. Yeah, you bet. Maya. I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. Yeah, last time we saw Maya, we ran across a burning bridge to find her. And then, you know, the whole trial. Oh, we're gonna...
How about that not guilty, jerk?
Get a reference for the voices going forward?
Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
Well, that's about the voice I was expected for him. It's gonna be very similar to Black Quill, I feel. Whenever I actually put it into practice. And look at that. There we go. Chapter 1 completed. Very nice. Very nice. Let's keep going. Episode 2, The Magical Turnabout. What would make it more magical than it already is? Let's see. Yeah, show me more of this. Oh, those are big mushrooms. Oh, Alice in Wonderland. Got it. Why does she look familiar? Why did she look familiar? Maybe it's the ribbon in her hair? I don't think so. Anyway, there's a dragon now. Oh, that's why! It was Trucy. So the ribbon in her hair, that is what it gave it away. It's her handkerchief, or her necktie, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, what the heck is Trucy up to? I mean, I guess that's why it's a magical turnabout, eh? Let's see, what do we got? Penrose Theater Square. And that's how the evil magician... Oh, I did not read that fast enough. Rawr! Oh, she's on TV now. See you for Act 2, everybody. Brava, Trucy. Oh, I have to do... Oh, I had to go back to Athena's voice. I had to remember what voice I gave the two of them to separate them. Okay. Let's see. Wow, Apollo, wasn't that a great trick? You bet. I have never seen such a great magic act. Did you know they even featured Trucy's show on TV this morning? Penrose Theater, a well-known gateway to success for entertainers. It's here at the famous theater that we'll finally get to see. Trucy writes, Trucy in Gramarye Land. Wait, don't tell me. Are we leaving Khura'in? Please don't tell me we're leaving King Khura'in. I don't want to come back here. I mean, I know I was talking earlier in the previous stream, or maybe I was just thinking it, that I wanted a conclusion to Trucy and Apollo's plot line. But don't tell me this is how we do it. We can't just separate from this whole interesting rebellion thing we have going on. The long-awaited revival of the magic of the Troop Gramarye. Wow, that explains why there's a TV crew here to cover the show. This is the perfect opportunity to promote the Write Anything agency, too. After all, people look up to things they see on TV, right? But wouldn't they be looking up to the talent part and not the law part of our agency? Mamma mia, you're right. We'd get nothing but requests from Trucy's fans, wouldn't we? Oh, well, guess we'll just have to make it all the old-fashioned way. Oh man, I feel like their voices are both off. Well, I guess we got an introduction to fix that up. My name is Apollo Justice. I'm a rookie lawyer with only about 2 years of experience under my belt. We're here to see Trucy's medic show. She's a fellow member of our agency. We came on behalf of our boss, Mr. Wright, who's away on a trip. Oh, and did you hear, Apollo? Even though it's only her debut, her shows are completely sold out. What? Really? That's amazing. Voila, a star is born. Who knows how far she'll go? At this rate, nothing in the world can stop us. Wahahaha! Oh man, I'm really not doing great on Athena's voice, am I? Well, I didn't really expect her to be here, so I didn't, like, do vocal warm-ups or anything, since she's really the only one I need it for. Oh well. You do realize this has nothing to do with you, right? This is Athena Sykes. She's another member of our agency. She may not look it, but at just 19 years old, she's a lawyer as well. What do you mean, she may not look it? Of course I look the part. Care to explain how exactly? Oh, come on, have a heart. Stop treating me like a child. That gadget around Athena's neck that spoke just now, that's Widget. Widget helps Athena out with her special field of expertise, analytical psychology. He also has a habit of blurting out whatever Athena's really thinking. Yeah, this little guy can be a little unruly at times. Hey, upgrade me already. Oh, big buzz. Your attention, please. The show will restart after a 20-minute intermission. We ask that you please be back in your seats before the next act. Thank you. Hey, why don't we go say hi to Trucy in her dressing room during the break? Oh, yes, let's go see the big star. I'm so nervous, what should I say to her? Whatever you usually say to her at the office every day? Alright. Let's take a look at this room. Got the Troop Gramarye. Oh, wait. Why is there a third guy on the Troop, or not third guy, but a new guy on the Troop Gramarye poster? We have Trucy's mom, we have Valak, we got the founder, and the other guy whose name I can't quite recall. But who's the green and purple one? Huh. Well, I mean, I saw that he was on stage earlier, but I don't recall him being mentioned ever. Huh. Anyway, there's what else we got in this room? We got the Steel Samurai poster, the poster for the new show. Mr. Hat's on it, it looks like, and then also a character we haven't seen yet. We'll probably meet them later. We got flowers from the Gaviners, it looks like. Can't tell who the other two are from, though. One of them's probably from Flower Girl, who really liked Apollo. And the other one's probably from the girl from the Yokai Village, right? Probably. And I don't think there's any other little things for us to look at in this room. Other than there's a Mr. Hat keychain. That's neat. Oh, is that person on the poster that we can't make out Bonnie? It says there on the notebook. All right, I think that's just about everything to look at in this room. Let's get the dialogue started. So this is Trucy's dressing room. Looks like she's busy over there with someone. Could you sign this, please, ma'am? Sure thing. Just one sheet in this clipboard, right? A fan asking for Trucy's autograph, maybe? I don't think so. It looks like some kind of contract. Thank you very much. I'll get to the producer right away. Great, thanks. Oh! Polly, Athena, you came! Of course! Congratulations on your big debut! Thanks. Who was that just now, by the way? Somebody from Take-Two TV. They wanted to turn my magic show into a TV special. They're planning to broadcast it nationwide. Can you imagine? Wow, her outfit seems brighter than it used to. Am I right about that? It really does seem that way. It's turned up the saturation? Turned down probably. Wow, you really are a big star. Hey, can I get your autograph later, Trucy? Sure, my signature's in the high demand today. Would you like one too, Polly? Yeah, actually, I would. Oops, looks like I ran out of flyers, so I'll have to sign your forehead instead. Hey, knock it off. Look, just forget the autograph. This is Trucy Wright. She's a magician and Mr. Wright's adopted daughter. She's becoming quite renowned in the magic world these days for her impressive abilities. A lot of people get this wrong, but Apollo's actual job is being my magic assistant. No, you're the one who gets it wrong. Ooh, I think you can do that trick you always do at the office for me, Trucy? Is she in the... Okay, yeah, we have all their ages now. Good. Okay, Phoenix is 35. Got it. That's about what I expected. Athena, 19. Trucy, 17. Can we guess... what are we gonna guess for, Maya's age? Because I never did go back and figure that out. I'm thinking that it would be... Oh, what would it be? She was 16 in the first game, and Phoenix was about 20, maybe a bit over. Actually, no, he was definitely over, because Edgeworth being so young when he started was an interesting point. And Francisco was only 18 in the second game. Oh, I think Maya's gonna be in her late 20s, right? Okay. Behold, the wondrous magic that can make anything disappear. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! My magic panties are an extra-dimensional galaxy. Brava, Trucy, brava! Okay, but why do you always have to make my attorney's badge disappear? Well, that's because out of everyone at the Right Anything Agency, you're the one I can get the best reaction out of. That doesn't make my poor badge feel any better. Oh! The examine button! It's back! Oh, wonderful examine button. I didn't think we would see you ever again, which is why I've already gone through the trouble of inspecting everything in this room with my eyes. Oh, don't worry, I won't be using you now, but as soon as I see a stepladder, I will be pulling you out. Thanks again for inviting us, Trucy. Thank you for coming. Your show sure packs a wallop. I nearly fell out of my seat when that dragon showed up. And when it attacked you, whew, I was terrified even though I knew it was all just a part of the show. That's good, because the trick is the crowning glory of Act 1. I'm really glad you're enjoying the show. I heard your shows are completely sold out, Trucy. They say your fans were all over the tickets the instant they became available. Like hungry wolves going after their prey. Sounds like you made a loyal pack of followers for yourself already, Trucy. But you two are the only ones who got a special VIP invitation from me. Today is just a dress rehearsal for the performers, staff, and family and friends. General probe, huh? That's what they call it in Germany. The real show isn't until the day after tomorrow. By the way, are you going to finally do your magic panties trick on stage after the break? Sorry to disappoint anyone who came just to see my magic panties, but the next trick is completely new. I'm debuting it today. Ooh, a new trick, huh? Are you gonna chop Apollo up into that little lawyer bits? Funny, I don't recall ever agreeing to anything like that. Well that does sound like a good idea. Today's trick is a totally new Troop Gramarye original. The entire future of the troupe is riding on the success of this new special trick. How so? Yes, tell me. This show is really important to me. It isn't like any of the other shows I've done. As the rightful heir to the Troop Gramarye repertoire of magic, this show is my first chance to unveil the tricks I've inherited. Troop Gramarye, huh? Yeah, I have a poster of them hanging right over there. Ah, that classic soundtrack. Why is it so quiet? On my end, and also your guys' end. Did they just turn down the music in this game? Okay, well it's turned up now. Feel like it's been ages since I've seen a picture of them. Yeah, but who's the new guy? Please, tell me. Troop Gramarye was a group of magicians who dominated the magic world in their day. Trucy's the sole heir to the troupe's entire repertoire of stage magic. Huh? Who's this guy on the green and purple on the left here? Oh, that's the green Mr. Roos, the other magician at today's show. He used to belong to the Troop Gramarye too, a long time ago. Hey, so tell us about this special magic you're going to reveal today. Are they really just going to brush off and say that he was part of it a long time ago? Okay. It's a secret group Gramarye trick, left behind by my late granddaddy, Magnifi Gramarye. It's never been performed before, so this is the first time it'll be seen in public. The grand unveiling, huh? No wonder she's been working so hard. Well, I'd better get going. Huh? Where to? To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away. You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night, too? Yep, because everything's gotta be just right. Trucy inherited all of the Troop Gramarye's magic tricks from her father when he died. And the troop's entire legacy is now resting on her shoulder. No wonder she's feeling the pressure. It looks like everything's going well today, though. I mean, the last trick was perfect. Grace under pressure, that's me. After all, a true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. That's the Troop Gramarye creed. It's hard to believe you've accomplished so much, even though you're still in high school. But, to tell you the truth, I'm actually pretty nervous. Who wouldn't be? Oh, I bet this would do the trick. You'll be fine, Trucy. If anyone can do it, you can. Polly? That was just the boost I needed. Thanks. Apollo's fine, sure has a way of really hitting you right in the heart and in the ears. Although ragging my voice on already. Enough ragging on my voice already. Trucy? Oh, hi, Bonnie. Okay, we gotta get into another voice. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. Trucy, Bonnie, and Athena all in one conversation. Here we go. Oh, how do I give her a voice? We haven't seen me do this since the start of the last game, have we? It's almost time for the second act. Oh, okay, thanks. Well, Apollo, Athena, enjoy the rest of the show. Break a leg, Trucy. Thanks, I will. I hope her new trick goes well. Hey, this is Trucy we're talking about. She'll be fine. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. Huh? Performing big magic is like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. One little mistake can even cost you your life, you know? I wonder if she'll make it across the day. What do you mean by that exactly? But oh, nothing. You'll excuse me. Alright. Ah, she's gone. What was that all about? Judging by what she said, I'm gonna guess she's probably a magician too. Come on, Apollo, we gotta get back to our seats now or we'll be late. Ow! Hey, stop pulling! Okay, let's see. Guess it's time to move back to the stage. Yep. Here we go. What do we got here? Hurry up, Apollo, it's about to start. I want to see what Trucy's next trick is. You're really wound up today, aren't you? Why don't you take your seat and try to relax? Whoa, look! There's a TV reporter over there. With a TV camera and everything. Oh, yeah, baby. Athena, sit down. You're blocking people's view. I feel like I'm babysitting here. Hello, everyone. I'm reporting from the beautiful Penrose Theater, where the public performance of Trucy and Grammarlyland begins in just 2 short days. But today, they've very kindly agreed to give us a sneak preview. Isn't this exciting? Apollo, do you think I was on TV just now? How should I know? But if you were, you are disgracing our entire agency, that's for sure. Hey, what the heck's that supposed to mean? Alright, let me guess. Is the body gonna pop out of the coffin? Oh, here it comes. Oh? Let's see, what do we got?
Now, give up your dastardly ways! Huh? Over here.
Let's see, what do we got? Okay, body's not. Well, body probably is still probably gonna pop out of the coffin. It's probably gonna be the guy we haven't seen yet. Ah, Mr. Hat, no.
Come now, Mr. Hat.
Oh, Mr. Hat doesn't need.
Up to Mr. Rias and bring him
Huh.
back to life.
Okay, I guess he's upgraded to strings.
What?
Just when and how did she make the switch?
You won't be reviving anyone today.
Oh, and this is okay. Yep, I see it. So she stabs, and then the body's gonna pop out, right? I think that's like the most obvious setup ever. I mean, I started suspecting as soon as I saw the holes in the side of the coffin, but that's definitely it. Wow, that was amazing! I have no idea how she escaped that coffin. I'm glad Trucy's escape trip went off without a hitch. And when I open the coffin like this, inside you see. Mr. Reyes? But how? I wonder what's going on. He's not getting up. Ah! Trucy! Oh. The dragon fell down. What just happened? Whoa, man, an accident? Is, like, that guy dead? Wait, that's not part of the act. Attention, please. For your own safety, we ask that everyone please evacuate the building. What's going on? Is Trucy okay? Outside, everyone. Evacuate immediately, please. Whoa, hey, stop grabbing at me. Trucy! Alright, why are they evacuating the building after that? Why do you just want to, like, evacuate the room? Alright. Oh, they have an impossible shape there. I did not even notice that. Yeah, they've actually made the impossible shape. Anything else to note out here that I want to look at? Not really. They kicked us out. But hey, what gives? Will someone please tell us what's going on? Poor Trucy. I hope she's okay. Hey, here comes that staff member from before. Your attention, please. We regret to inform you that today's show has been cancelled. What? But I was looking forward to the rest of it. We are very sorry, but the theater is on lockdown pending a police investigation. Excuse me, is it because of that accident? That man in the coffin, is he? Well, we're still trying to figure things out, sir. But I can tell you that Miss Wright is fine. She wasn't injured, so please don't worry. Thank goodness she's okay. Hey, you there. Oh, okay, I thought it was the rabbit girl. What the heck's going on? They wouldn't even let me in. Me, for crying out loud. Oh, Mr. Retins. There was an accident during the show. Retins. Has he made a report yet? No, not yet. Suppose I'm not sure how to pronounce that yet. An accident? Ah, great, just great. That's all I need right now. You have any idea how much money we're sinking into this production? Or program? And you are? The man behind the scenes, that's who. This is a fine kettle of fish, let me tell you. Spinning all this is going to be a real pain in my posterior, believe you me. Spinning? As in covering it up? Look, I gotta get inside. Seriously, can't a guy catch a break around here? Well, there he goes. Why don't we go back to the office for now? I'm sure Trucy will call us once things have settled down. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, well, is he in my evidence now? He is. Okay, we don't have a full name, just Mr. Ratins. Alright. I can show you my badge. My badge is shinier than yours. Of course, yours is newer than mine. A great weathered finish like this only comes with age and experience. What? I can get a finish just as good as that on my badge too, you know. Getting it dirty on purpose doesn't count, Athena. Pardon? What makes you think I'd ever do something like that? Huh, it's been a while since I did that, eh? Ah, alright. Just give me one moment to update something. Perfect, there we go. Now, suppose it's time to move. Unless we have something to talk about. Nope. Here we go. Right, anything, agency. How are we doing? It's no use. I can't get a hold of Mr. Wright. I wonder if something happened to him in Khura'in. Maybe he got caught up in some kind of trouble again, as always. Yeah, trouble's drawn to him like iron fillings to a magnet. Hey, Apollo, speaking of Khura'in, they're showing something about it on TV right now. There's been some surprising news coming from the Kingdom of Khura'in. The country recently saw defense attorney Phoenix Wright win a not guilty verdict, the first verdict of its kind in 23 years. Mr. Wright won a trial in Khura'in? Lawyers are said to be highly disrespected in the Kingdom of Khura'in, so Mr. Wright's win was an upset victory amidst a trenched hostility. Wow, did you hear that? The first time in 23 years! Yeah, but what was he doing in court there in the first place? I thought he just went for a visit. So he was in some kind of trouble, just like we thought. Next, an update on the unfortunate accident that occurred at the Penrose Theater. Hey, now they're talking about the accident at Trucy's show! Famed magician, the great Mr. Reus, was skewered with a sword and died on the spot. Oh no! Oh no! So, he really is dead. And now, here's footage of the deadly moment. Oh, we get to see it in 3D now. See, I was going to mention this earlier, but I feel like they would have gotten a lot... Like, it would... As much as I appreciate the 2D scenes, I feel like it should have just been 3D all the way through. Anyway, this is a video that we're going to have to go back and forth in, just like the Blue Badger, I assume. Oh, I just saw a switch be made. But we didn't see the moment that Mr. Hat stabbed. Actually, I guess Mr. Hat didn't necessarily stab. Since... Oh, no, Mr. Hat probably did. Okay, well, is there gonna be blood on the sword? This camera sucks. Fire this camera, man, please. It's horrid. Oh my god. Really? That's the guy, like, that you had, like, the work done by the guy on the camera? I've never seen anything worse than that. Jeez. For a magic show of all things, it's supposed to be easy to know where to look. Mr. Reus's body isn't visible in this footage, but these are still very shocking images. The magician Trucy Wright is reportedly still only a high school student. Could it be that this unfortunate accident happened due to a lack of proper training? Did the young magician have enough experience, preparation, and knowledge? Some might say that Troop Gramarye should be held accountable for this incident. Hey, what kind of biased reporting is this? Yeah, they're making it sound like it's all Trucy's fault. Oh, we've just received more breaking news. Oh my! The young magician in question, Trucy Wright, is now under arrest on the charge of involuntary manslaughter. What? We will keep you updated as this unfortunate tale unfolds. Stay tuned. Trucy's under arrest? She can't be. Apollo, we've got to do something. Yeah, let's get down to the detention center right away. But before I forget, I think I'll jot down a few things about the case. I'll just open the... Oh, right, this is just telling me about the notes, so that I don't get lost. I think I've only had to use that once before, but it is a nice feature. Here we go. To the detention center. Poor Trucy. What can we even say to her? Oh, Polly, Athena! Trucy, are you okay? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. We saw the news on about the accident on TV. I guess I can't Houdini my way out of this one. I got arrested and everything. They say I'm the one who caused the accident. But that's not true, right? To be honest, I don't really know. I mean, I have no idea how an accident like that could have happened. The trick went off without a hitch, I'm sure that much. Still, the police just won't listen to me. They've already decided that it was all my fault. I'm exhausted after all their questions. Looks like she's been able to hang in there at least. Yeah, she really is one tough cookie. I know you're tired, but can you tell us a little bit about the accident? Yes, of course. Go ahead and ask me anything. I'll be fine. Alright. Go ahead and tell me. For starters, can you help us understand what happened? In today's show, there was a dead body in the coffin. How did that happen? Was there some kind of accident? I don't really know. The coffin was supposed to be empty when I opened it. But instead, Mr. Reyes' body was in there. That must have been a huge shock for you. And when the dragon set piece fell down at the end, was that accident too? It must have been. I have no idea how or why that happened either. Nothing went the way it was supposed to. I still can't believe Mr. Reyes is actually dead. As tough as she is, this is obviously taking a toll on her. But how did Mr. Reyes' body get into the coffin in the first place? Trucy, we need you to tell us the secret of the trick. You know what they say, a magician never reveals her secrets. But I guess I should make an exception this time. But if you ever tell anybody, I'll make you my guinea pig for every single new magic trick from now on. Don't worry, I'm a lawyer, remember? Client confidentiality is a part of the job. So, let's call this trick Trucy's Great Escape. How'd you get out of the coffin? Alright, here goes. I'll reveal the trick just for you two. Prepare yourselves for an exclusive explanation by magical girl Trucy Wright. There's a secret trapdoor in the stage that leads down to the understage passage. A trapdoor? So when did you slip down into the understage passage? Remember when Mr. Hat was on stage holding a sword next to the coffin? Well, by then I had already escaped from the coffin and was waiting understage. And while I was down there, I did several things to get ready for the next part. What technique? Okay, so what happened next? Mr. Hat was quickly raised up to the catwalk by wire. Yep, we saw that. And there's a cushion up there that acts as a shock absorber when Mr. Hat hits it. Meanwhile, I popped up onto the stage through a different trapdoor. And voila! The switch is complete. Alright. That's interesting. Well, we know the body wasn't already in there because we saw the coffin open at the beginning. So how exactly did she get the body in there? Or how did anybody get the body in there? You'd only have a 2-second time window. Or actually, I guess it's quite a bit longer because they sort of dance around or dialogue a bit. I had no idea all that was happening. I was convinced you were still in the coffin. And that's what professional magicians do. They make their audiences see something that isn't really there. In other words, you make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is. I get it. It's kind of like a magical bluff. But there's no escaping the fact that the victim's body was actually in the coffin. It was empty like it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. The last thing in the world I expected to see in there was Mr. Reyes. Could he have climbed in there by mistake? I should get back to asking Trucy about the accident. Can you tell us more about the victim? Who exactly is this Mr. Reyes, and why didn't he get mentioned in the previous games? It seems a bit inconsistent, you know? You said he used to belong to the Troop Gramarye, right? Wait, you don't know the great Mr. Reyes, who the great Mr. Reyes is, Apollo? He's super famous. He's all people talk about on TV. Really? I just assumed he was one of Trucy's assistants. Way to diss the dead, Apollo. So, how did the two of you come to perform together, Trucy? Well, like I said, he used to be a member of Troop Gramarye. He was a protege of my granddaddy, Magnifi Gramarye. So the TV station arranged for us to perform together this time because of that connection. Did he continue performing as magician after he left Troop Gramarye? No, he got injured while practicing for a show about 13 years ago. That's why he left the troupe. After that, he took a break from magic for a while. I'm pretty sure it's a recent thing, him getting famous again. I only started seeing him on TV again maybe last year. I had nothing but respect for Mr. Reyes as a magician. I can't tell you how sad I am this happened. I can't imagine how traumatic it must be to have someone die during your big show. Oh, but hey! Don't worry, I'm fine. I had to stay strong for my fans. Oh? Oh no! Oh no! No, I don't wanna. Oh. I don't wanna do this. Oh, really? Really? I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. Because I just realized that I must now do the Apollo sections and the Athena sections again. I don't like either of them, though. Alright. Oh, here we go. Huh? My bracelet is reacting. People tend to unconsciously tense up when they're trying to hide something. And when I pick up on their distress, the bracelet around my wrist starts to feel tight. So I guess this means that Trucy's trying to hide something from me. Well, I guess I should give my bracelet a tap. Yeah, I know. We don't have a touchscreen, so you had to tell me to tap it with Y. I can see things that others can't. The slightest twitch, gesture, or even change in expression. Yes, I see it all when I'm concentrating intensely like this. When people are feeling nervous, they sometimes reveal a certain habit or tell. I'll just shift my viewpoint around until I find Trucy's tell. Well, it's her eyes twitching, yeah? Can I... Okay, I think I found her telltale tale. Okay. Now, to listen carefully to every word and see what she gets shifty-eyed over. Then I'll perceive what she says she seems nervous about to get to the bottom of things. Alright. Well, you're clearly not fine, right? Yeah.
Gotcha!
Didn't really need to tell for that. Come on, Trucy, you know by now that you can't hide anything from me. But don't tell me your bracelet reacted. Yep. And here I thought my smile was going to do the trick. Huh. Looks like I broke the first rule of being a magician. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face, right? I remember hearing you say that before. That's right. It's a Gramarye motto that my daddy used to say before he passed away. I'll never forget it. It's one of the few precious memories I have of him. But you can't keep everything inside, Trucy. You'll burst. Why don't you tell me what's bothering you? I can't. If I did, you two wouldn't believe in me anymore. That's not true. As an entertainer, you believe in always keeping a smile on your face. And as a lawyer, I have a belief that's important to me as well. It's just the badge, right?
Take that!
Your attorney's badge? I swore on this badge that I would always believe in my client to the bitter end. That's the cornerstone of being a good lawyer. Mr. Wright taught me as such. So no matter what you tell me, I'm going to keep on believing in you, Trucy. All I ask for you is to have a little faith in me, too. Alright. Thanks, Polly. Polly, what if I made a mistake? What do you mean? What if it really was me who stabbed Mr. Reyes? What makes you say that? Well, in my escape trick I used both a real sword and a rubber sword. I switched the real sword for the rubber sword just before I stab it into the coffin. So, even if someone had been in there, the rubber sword shouldn't have hurt them. But Mr. Reyes was found dead in the coffin. I know, it just doesn't make any sense. I know I swapped the swords. You're absolutely sure? Positive. I practiced that trick hundreds of times with no mistakes. I remember very clearly swapping the swords this time, too. But could I have made a mistake this time? Could she really have? Well, I'd better get going. Where to? Practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away. You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night, too? Yep, because everything's gotta be just right. Maybe I really did kill Mr. Reyes. Trucy. The worst possible mistake I could make. Such a horrific accident right in the middle of my show. And yet, all I can think about is, now that this has happened, Troupe Gramarye will get its performance rights pulled. There'll never be another show. Everything my family worked so hard for will be gone forever. And poor Mr. Reyes had his whole life and a great career ahead of him. I ruined everything. I destroyed it all. I took it all away. Polly, I'm ready to pay for what I did. Trucy, I don't think you did anything wrong. You don't? I've had one question going throughout my mind during this whole time. Was this accident really your fault? What do you mean? I don't have any proof or anything. It's just, I don't think you'd ever make a mistake like that. Apollo? I saw how hard you worked on your tricks, staying up late every night to practice. And I know you always get everything picture perfect. Nobody's perfect all the time. Still, I think something else caused Mr. Reyes' death, not any mistake of yours. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Yes, I remember doing it. Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy. But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but I believe in you, Trucy. I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm gonna prove your innocence. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. Thank you, Apollo. Thank you very for believing me. I'm gonna believe in you too. Oh, good. I'm sorry. I need a tissue. I've never seen Trucy cry like this before. She always seems so strong. But maybe sometimes she's just putting on a brave face. She's still just a kid after all. Indeed. Indeed. So, I have to make it official, but will you let me defend you? Yes. I'm counting on you. I don't want to have to cancel the show on its opening day. Right. She seems fine now. Trucy, let's win this trial together. Unlike some people, I was about to comment on how Athena's been quiet this whole time. Suppose she's been too busy crying. But then again, this is very much an Apollo Trucy story, which is what I was hoping for. Because Athena's mostly wrapped up at this point. Well, we'd better get right to investigating. Come on, Athena. Wipe that nose and let's go. Excuse you? Do you see any snot on my face, Apollo? Yeesh. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. We'll need to investigate that stage at Penrose Theater where the body was found. Yeah. I hope no one will try and stop us. If you're going to the Penrose Theater, can I ask you a favor? Of course. What is it? I left a very special notebook behind in my dressing room. Sure. We can pick it up for you. That notebook is really, really important to me. I don't know what I'd do if anybody read it. Wow. I wonder what's in it. The notebook is in my blue handbag on the table. It's big and black. You can't miss it. Thanks in advance. And with that, I've got to go. It seems they've got more questions for me. Alright, see you later, Trucy. Ooh, I wonder who the detective's gonna be. Because there's obviously gonna be a detective. And we don't have Fulbright anymore. And Gumshoe is in charge of homicides. So he's not gonna be here, probably. And Emma, I think, is also... Well, I guess Gumshoe's not in charge of homicides anymore. He was fired, I think. But he was in charge of homicides. And Emma, I think, also was for homicides. And this is involuntary manslaughter. Were they? I guess they would count it the same, wouldn't they? I don't think they're going to bring back Emma, though. She seemed like a one-off addition. And the only dynamic they really built with her was with Gavin. I mean, she kind of had a dynamic with Paul. No, not really. Yeah, definitely not Emma. But I don't know. Would they really introduce a new... Okay, so let's consider how this game's going to go. Initially, I thought it was all going to be about Phoenix and Kurain, which is clearly not, and I was upset about that initially. But since they've decided to make this finisher for the Apollo Trucy storyline, I'm fine with it now. But would they really introduce a new detective this late in the series? Because if they did, that means we're going to be coming back to here multiple times. And it would take a lot, and I mean a lot, of writing skill to combine these two storylines that are so distant, both physically speaking and also in terms of content. No, I don't think they would be able to do that. So I think we're just going to get Gumshoe, maybe. Or a nameless detective, which would be unfortunate, but I think that's... Yeah, they could just do that. Oh, well, let's see. So, should we go investigate the stage first, or get the notebook? Well, I think we should get the notebook first, yeah? Dressing room. Here we go. The dressing room looks just the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owners. We have to find Trucy's notebook for her. Well, let's see. She said it would be in her blue handbag on the table, right? We should see what else we can check out while we're here. Oh, is this new investigating music? That's nice. Now let's go ahead and use this examine button that I've missed so dearly. Oh, here's that handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see. Huh? No, not this. What's this? Oh, wow, she has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad. What is it? I want to see too. That's funny. She said it was in a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it? Let's keep looking around for it. Alright, that's interesting. Not in there, huh? Well, what else could be of note? Well, let's check the suitcase. Well, look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw in the show. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. Does she really need all of that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. when it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. Those things are all the natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course, I need those for when I have to stay at the office all night prepping a case. And the comic books too? Oh, of course I need those too. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. I need them for research. Uh-huh. I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? Alright, so I guess everything on the desk other than notebook counts towards that suitcase. Interesting. I have a feeling looking at this notebook's gonna trigger the bunny girl to show up, so let's do that. What's this? The script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. Oh, let's see. You and I gotta see the first two parts. Got to see the first two parts up to the end of the 10:20 a.m. segment. Okay, let's see. Mr. Rayus transforms into a dragon. Trucy's hat trick. Bonnie's teleportation trick and Trucy's escape trick. Mr. Rayus' fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Okay, I suppose we're going to use this to prove that Rayus was not supposed to be there. Alright. But this Mr. Rayus' fire trick. We didn't get to see that part. Yeah, because they canceled the show after the incident. Hey, there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. Come to think of it, when Mr. Rayus turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it? Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Rayus' specialties. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Rayus and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Yeah, that seems about right. I don't imagine the flowers would have any note other than referencing past characters, but we already discussed that. Let's check this case. Oh, I see the notebook. Oh my god, how can I be so blind? It's right there. Jeez. I say we look through Mr. Rayus' things too. Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind the briefcase? You're right. It's practically screaming over here. Look at me. Do you think it could be... Oh, wow, Athena! Our hunter's right. It's Trucy's notebook. What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Rayus' stuff? Good question. Alright. It's locked. I guess that means we can't read it. I wonder what kind of secrets are in there to make her want to lock it. Well, it's obviously, her tricks for the show and how she does them all, right? I mean, if I compiled a bunch of magic tricks in a book, I would absolutely hate if anyone read it, especially, or rather, I would hate if anyone read it if the tricks were stuff that I devised myself. Other stuff, I don't really care. They can know how I do it. Well, I suppose it depends on the audience, actually. Let's just move on. A girl at her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. Why does Athena speak like she's that much older than Trucy? I don't know, maybe the... no. I'm not gonna, like, psychologically analyze her right now. We can save that for later. Besides, everyone has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. If there's anything in here about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Alright. We should probably take the poster as well, just to get an image of the guy. All these posters probably have the same hitbox. Oh yeah, I can click on the empty wall and it works. In that case... Yeah, let's hit the posters up. Trucy put some posters up, I see. Oh, here's one of the Troop Gramarye. Troop Gramarye. Magical Menagerie, huh? It looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits a bit too gaudy for their age, if you ask me. But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress? Was Troop Gramarye really such a big deal back in the day? I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks. Like making a building disappear or escaping a safe dropped from a helicopter. Wow, I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. But even if you know about them, then they must... But if even you know about them, then they must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. And the one in black was the original leader of the troop Gramarye, Trucy's grandfather. His name was Magnifi Gramarye. And the one in the pink with the mustache, that's Zach Gramarye, Trucy's late biological father. Oh, and look, there's Mr. Reyes. So, this poster's from back when he was a member of the troop Gramarye, huh? Trucy said he left the troop after he was injured during a show or something, right? Okay, yep, there we go. I don't think there's anything else in this room we need. Yep, there we go. Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling, like I'm doing something naughty. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office. Why? What do you have to hide? I don't think I like her eyes light up all of a sudden. Hey man, that's a really, that really gives the vibe of Phoenix Maya interactions from the first game. I think it was actually a running joke back then, that Maya was a bit of a klepto. Anyway, we'd better get this notebook to Trucy. Now, I suppose they'd probably just kick me out of the stage if I went there, so we'll go to the detention center. Unless she's not here, of course, which she isn't. So we'll go to the, let's go to the front of the theater first. See if that guy's out here. Then if not, we'll move on. Oh, I got a call. The person you were trying to call is not available. After the tone, please record... I've tried calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up. We've left him some voicemail, so he'll probably call once he gets them. He's going to flip out when he hears what happened to Trucy. Hey, this is the place. The theater where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah, wonder if they brought the dead body out yet. I hear they already arrested the murderer. They say it's a young girl. Yeah, high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. What's with all the curious bystanders? They sure are kicking up a fuss. How dare they call Trucy a murderer? They've got some nerve. We can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her. Apollo? Is that you? Let me guess. Is it the flower girl from the previous game? Oh, it's Emma. They did bring back Emma. Oh, what voice did I give Emma? It's been so long. Last time I voiced Emma, I wasn't horribly ill. Emma? It sure has been a while. How have you been? Oh, can't complain. I haven't seen you in ages. Emma is not usually in the best of moods, so I never quite know what to do or say around her. Well, she's not around Gavin anymore, so she's probably going to be in a bit of a better mood, right? Well, we have some business to take care of, so I guess we'd better get going. Hey, wait a minute. What? Was it something I said? You're darn right it's something you said. What's with you brushing me off like that? We've got heaps to catch up on. After all we've been through. You're not still mad about me at something, are you? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Who's this, Apollo? A distant cousin or something? No. Emma's a detective I've had the, pleasure of working with before. Hello, I'm Emma Skye, forensic investigator. What the heck? Okay, a new, version of the Emma theme. I kind of expected that, but I did not expect the way they went about it. What? So, you're finally a full-fledged forensic investigator? Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Look, I even have an official forensic investigator armband and everything. That's great, Emma. I bet the exam was really hard, huh? Oh, it was a cinch. Really? Because I thought you said something about failing it over and over. Well, never mind that. The important thing is, I'm not a plain old detective anymore. So no more boring old investigations for me. I'm so happy I could hug the whole world. Coming from you, that's really something. Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, luminol testing, DNA analysis, Emma Skye is raring to go, so bring it on. Wow, I guess it's goodbye grumpy clouds and hello fanatical sun. She is very cheerful, isn't she? Is it because of the weather or something? She sure wasn't like this before. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to the Criminal Affairs Department, and she was always munching on those chocolate snackoos to relieve her stress. Snackoos and stress are a thing of the past. I said goodbye to both of them. And may you never have to see either again. By the way, are you two here because of the murder? Murder? Don't tell me you mean the accident. Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now. What? Just so you know, I heard the prosecution is going to argue tomorrow that Trucy outright murdered Mr. Reyes. What? Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder? Emma, please tell us everything you know. Of course, anything to help Trucy. Alright, here we go. What do we got, Emma? Why is the case being treated as a homicide now, and not involuntary manslaughter? Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was a straight-up homicide. Well, that's vague. Do you know any of the details? No, I'm afraid that's all I was told. Really? How come? Well, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. Though, maybe it's just a culture gap thing. Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts. Wait, what do you mean by culture gap? I mean, he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different. So, who exactly am I up against tomorrow? Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately. As a part of that effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days. And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case? That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors, and this guy just happened to be visiting. So, and what's the purpose of his visit? Well, some insurgents from the Kingdom of Khurain are thought to be hiding out here. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally. So, he's from the Kingdom of Khurain? That's right. He's also a Khurainist monk. A monk? So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway? It seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up. So he was just curious, huh? He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly, and just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter, "This is most certainly a murder. The cruel act of an impure soul." I can't see what the guy looks like yet, so we're just gonna have to go with that voice. That's what he said, just like that. And then he volunteered himself as prosecutor for the case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. So, Trucy was arrested for murder all because of this guy, huh? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. He says the court is where a victim receives their last rites, where the truth is revealed and the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving the last rites in the court allowed the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. So, to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim. Oh, so, for him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh? That's certainly a unique way of looking at it. His name is Nayuta Sadmati. How do we want to go about this? Nayuta's good. Sadmati. Yeah, Nayuta Sadmati. What? Nayuta Sadmati? That's right. What, do you know him or something? Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him. Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? Yeah, they say he travels the world, solving difficult case after difficult case. Where there's a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like he's going to be a tough to beat. I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him? He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to. Huh, so he's a pretty agreeable guy then, right? Yeah, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Khurain? Would he even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would. Even so, do you think you could do us a favor, Emma? Could you tell Prosecutor Sadmati about Trucy? About what a good person she is? Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy could have committed the murder. I hope he listens to reason. Me too. Alright, and Emma, tell me about yourself. Congrats on finally becoming a forensic investigator, by the way. I know you always wanted to be one. Thanks! I failed that exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensics kit openly whenever I want. Oh yeah, you used to have the stealth user kit you sent away for. Oh, I still use that one too. But now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies, you know. So basically, nothing's changed. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. Now, hold out your hands. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use them for evil. I can't believe she took my prints too, Apollo. This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder and they've even got proof. What are we gonna do? Now look on the bright side, that's what. Bright side? What bright side? Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. If we can find out who that is, we can prove Trucy's innocence. Oh, hey, you're right. Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find out two things: proof of Trucy's innocence, and evidence of the true culprit's identity. You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope. And that means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene? If I said no, you'd just do it behind my back anyway, right? Would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up. Oh, alright, but I bet I'd better come along. Who knows what sort of mischief you'll get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. Mischief? That sounds like Emma trusts you as far as she can throw you, Apollo. He has been known to move things around at the scene of a crime, you know. And what about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission. There's nothing wrong with that. After all, the forensics is always on the side of justice. How's that even remotely fair? Alright, to the scene we go. Stage. And this is going to be a 3D room, I assume. I did see that it was 3D. There were 3D models earlier. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we? And just make sure you don't move anything, or I'll get in big trouble. Fine, I promise. To only move the things I have to. Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything. Oh, she's gonna be right there. It's been a while since we've done any investigating. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? If you don't, I can give you a quick rundown. Should I have Athena give me a rundown? No, do not, please. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I've got it all locked away in the vault up here. Good. And I'm sure it'll all come back to me, too, as we go along. Oh, wait. Wasn't it you who just offered to give me a rundown? Alright. Let's examine. Oh, yes, this is 3D. Okay. There's the trap door, I assume. You see the body outline. Yep, dragon's broken. There's one of the swords. Doesn't seem to be anything from this angle. Yeah, nothing new here. Then we go back to the front. Alright, well, suppose we should start by checking the sword, eh? There's a sword here. It's covered in blood. This must be the murder weapon. Trucy said she was sure she switched out with a rubber sword. Unfortunately, this one certainly doesn't look like it's made of rubber. Hey, Emma? Were there any fingerprints on the sword? Let me check. Let's see. According to my data, no prints were found, but that could be because the culprit wiped them off. Come to think of it, Trucy was wearing gloves during the show, so she certainly wouldn't have left any prints either. Hey, does our green guy wear gloves? He wears fingerless gloves. That is very, very important to note. Alright, body outline. Here we go. So, this is the coffin the dead body appeared from. I actually haven't examined that yet. Would you two mind giving me a hand? No sweat. Trucy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stabbed it. So how'd the victim even get in there? I bet there's a secret door or something. Well, we already know there's a secret door. She told us. It sure is an oddly shaped thing, isn't it? Who knew it would be unfolded into something like this? Well, I heard that since it's used for magic tricks, the left and right panels are made to be interchangeable. How that helps with magic tricks, though, I have no idea. I'm sure they make use of it some way we can't even imagine. Really? The left and right panels are interchangeable. I don't think that helps us in any way right now, actually. Surprisingly enough. Anyway, we can see there's a secret passage on the back, secret passage in the floor. There's holes in the side where we can get stabbed. And it looks like we can't actually inspect the side panels at all. So let's start with inspecting the back panel, shall we? Apollo, look! There's a secret door in the back panel of the coffin. Do you think Mr. Reyes could have entered the coffin through here? If he could have done it without Trucy noticing, then maybe. It's like two magicians trying to out-magic one another right under each other's noses. Wait a minute. It looks like the bottom of the coffin opens too. Ooh, a secret door. Let's try opening it. Well, look at that. It seems to lead someplace under the stage. That's right. It goes to the understage passage. It's pitch black down there. Hold on, I think I see something. Glowing faintly. It's hard to make out anything from up here. If you try to go down there, the magicians will get mad at you. Apparently, there are things down there that will give away the secrets behind their tricks. Well, that sucks. It's all right there, and we can't even check it out? We're definitely going to have to examine the understage passage at some point, though. White outline, huh? So this is where the body was. What exactly did it look like just after the incident occurred, I wonder? Oh, I have a photo of the crime scene. Here you go. Oh, he was stabbed in the back. Interesting. Oh wow, it looked like he was stabbed in the back. Yes, that's definitely what killed him. What's this thing around his waist? It's a stunt harness. A stunt wire can be attached to the person, and so that the person can float and fly through the air. Come to think of it, he did fly in Act 1, didn't he? Yeah. Okay, interesting. I suppose if... Oh, I see. The side panels can be swapped out, which means that the panel... So when they said the side panels can be swapped out, I just assumed it meant this left and right one. But clearly, these can be swapped out for this as well. So the back was not a passage that he came into. Well, I guess maybe it could be. He probably came up through the bottom for some reason, on his own. And then he got stabbed in the back because these panels were swapped. Right? Maybe. We'll have to see. Is there anything else here to investigate? I think it's just the dragon left, right? That's what it seems like to me. Yep. Okay, let's check these swords in the camera, maybe. Oh, I've seen something like this before. It's like the game where you stick swords into a barrel until a little man pops up. Uh-huh. That doesn't sound like any game I've ever heard of. Really? It's pretty famous in Europe. Did you have anything to play with as a kid? Oh, you know us simple Americans. We're happy with just a hoop and a stick. Oh, have they finally confirmed that this game takes place in America? Because so far it's just been sort of ambiguously Tokyo, Los Angeles. Huh, that's interesting. Anyway, I thought the swords might have been more important than that, but they weren't. So, dragon time. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of this onstage scenery. It suddenly fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly. Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell on the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls to the ground. That moment marked the collapse of Trucy's magical kingdom. Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. Timing was so perfect, I'd be genuinely surprised if it was magic. Did I read that right? That seems like a weird line. Something isn't right. This doesn't make any sense. Let me check that previous line. Oh, no, but I did read it right. It's just a weird line, huh? What's the matter, Apollo? You're making that weird thinking face again. How did what should have been a rubber sword get switched with a metal one? Plus, the timing of that dragon set piece falling down. Wasn't that just a little too convenient? Something just isn't sitting right. Ground control to Major Apollo. Can you hear me, Major Apollo? Athena! I think I've got it. I think somebody switched Trucy's rubber sword for a metal one. To pin the murder on her. Someone switched the swords, but when could they have done that? When everyone was too busy to notice. Somebody could have switched Trucy's rubber sword with a metal one, after the set piece fell, right? Maybe? Well, it'd either be right before the trick or after the set piece fell. We'll try right before the trick, yeah? I could have switched the swords right before Trucy's trick. What? But what did that mean? Trucy herself stabbed the victim with a metal sword? Exactly. That's why it couldn't have been right before Trucy's trick. Very good, Athena. You managed to avoid my little trap. Apollo, do you really think you can pull the wool over my eyes so easily? There's no fooling you, is there? Well, the argument I was trying to make is that she stabbed the dead body because he was stabbed in the back, even though he would not be standing that way if he crawled up into the coffin. You know, I mean, I saw there was not a wound in his side, so I know. Not a great theory. We'll move on. It'd be after the set piece fell, right? Like I initially thought? After the set piece fell, everybody in the audience was kicked out of the theater. In the ensuing chaos, somebody could have carried out a cover-up operation. Any one of the stagehands or show personnel could have done it before the police arrived. So, what you're saying is... somebody is actively trying to frame Trucy for the crime? Yes, some disgusting individual is trying to get away with murder. So, it's someone related to the show. There's definitely a very high chance of that. Now, if we could just figure out who it is... Alright, I think we just have to talk to Emma now, and we'll be done. Emma, can I ask you a question? Shh, this is the best part. She won't even look this way. Oh, what a great prince. Another set for my collection. She certainly seems to enjoy her work, doesn't she? Oh, okay. I mean, if this were any other mystery game, I'd inspect this under the pretense of there being evidence hidden inside of it, but that's not how this game really rolls. I'll check the camera. And that video camera's pointing right at the stage. I wonder what it recorded. I want to take a peek, but Emma would... Wow, this residue data is so fascinating. She's so fixated on that bloodstain data, her eyes are getting bloodshot. But quick, Apollo, while Emma's off in forensic Fantasyland. Let's see let's see what's recorded on the camera. Oh yes, finally. Please tell me that this is not the same footage as earlier. That cameraman from earlier was the worst. Yep. I can see. Oh no, is this the same footage? It seems it might be. Yeah, that's where the sword got swapped out. Or, well, no, we said that got swapped out afterwards. Yeah. Anyway, I still don't know what was up with that shadow leaping up. Because clearly not Mr. Hat, because he went straight up, probably. Yep, and then she stabs. But we don't get to see it because the cameraman decided to focus on her face. Did she put the sword away just now and we didn't get to see it because the cameraman's stupid? I think so. Oh man, so this case should have been so much easier if only the studio had a better cameraman. Huh. Oh well. It's the same video we saw on TV where you can't see the body at all. Apollo, did you notice a strange shadow in that footage? No, why? I don't think it was my imagination, but I'm pretty sure I saw something. A strange shadow, huh? I wonder what it was. Okay, is there anything... Well, I guess at this point we might as well inspect the yellow thing. Oh, we can inspect the back of the dragon, really? That's different than the front? Why? Wow, this dragon is a lot more handmade than I expected. Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many hours I put into that freaking thing. What? You made it? Trucy had me put it together. You know, her as her assistant. She has you wrapped around her little finger, doesn't she? Trucy's smile has some kind of magical power that makes it impossible to say no. Alright. Anything else back here? I don't think so. Yeah, no, this screen's totally clear. What about this one? Yeah, totally clear. Do I really just have to check the yellow box? Or the background? Or are they going to make me check everything? It could be just check everything. We have one of these at the office too, don't we? Yeah, that poor magic prop we use as a shelving unit. I'd kinda like to see Trucy perform this trick sometime. Well, we both know that you'd be the one in the box if she ever did. I feel bad for the prop, but it can stay a shelving unit in that case. Yep, and then show me this back thing. And that should be it. Oh, hey, this is a curtain. I wonder what's behind it. The backstage area. There's magic equipment and stuff like that back there. I'll open it a crack and check it out later. You weren't thinking of opening that curtain, were you? But, who, me? No, I would never do a thing like that. Rats. Guess I'll have to ask her to open it up for me later. Okay, it was a check everything situation, gotcha. Let's see, what else do we need to do on the stage? Emma, did you find any fingerprints in the coffin? Actually, I haven't checked yet. I was going to do that at the end. I like to save the best for last after all. We weren't exactly talking about dessert here, though. Oh, but we are! Would you like to partake in my delicious desserts? I don't mind sharing. Oh, yes, please. There's always room for dessert, right? Alright. I guess I'll join you two. So, could you show us how to check for prints, Emma? Sure, let's start with the basics. As you know, fingerprints are an excellent way of identifying someone. That's because no two people have the same set of fingerprints, not even twins. So, if we find any prints on the coffin, they might lead us to the killer. If the culprit was dumb enough to leave prints behind, sure. Let's go ahead and test for prints now. Oh, don't give me a tutorial on printing, please. Let's see. This looks like a promising spot. Try testing this area with fingerprint powder. Why did they change it to calling it fingerprint powder, I wonder? Remove the curse. Yep, don't tell me how to do it. I know how to do it. Oh. The powder in this bottle is all we have to work with. If you run out, try blowing on the area. Any excess powder will be returned to the bottle. Alright. I think I'm ready to give it a try. Okay, so why did they introduce that? If you can't run out, really, why have they done that? Oh, and you puff and complete, like, things now, instead of having it actually be dust. How strange. Okay, well, we got the prints. Here they are. Actually, I think we just need this thumbprint up here, right? There we go. We found some prints! Looks like the finger of somebody's left hand. Now, let's try comparing these with the ones we have on file. First, switch to Analyze mode and to select a print. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing this. Are we going to be doing this a lot, I wonder? Yeah. Well, let's check the thumb, since that seems to be the clearest one. I've got a pretty clear print here. I wonder whose it is. I have the prints of everyone involved in the case right here. Just choose the person whose prints you'd like to compare the sample against. Well, the last person who was in the coffin was, what's his name? Reus. Gotcha. Oh, right. We can see everyone here. Okay, it does not give us additional information, though. Anyway, here we are. Go! The great Mr. Reus. I wonder, does the great Mr. Reus rank higher or lower than the fantastic Mr. Hat? Bingo! Looks like these prints belong to the deceased, Mr. Reus. Well, if we found prints here, maybe we can find them elsewhere on the coffin, too. Yeah, guess I'll try dusting for more prints. Blank, 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 poof. There we go, that's the one we want. Do I have to uncover all of them? Okay. I see. Blank, 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 blank. Oh, wait, I forgot I had to switch to analyze mode, that's why. Gotcha. There, found some! Okay, it's gonna take me a second to get used to it. These prints are apparently Mr. Reus's too. Shall we try looking for prints on the outside of the coffin now? Yes, let's. So his hands were up on the top sides of the coffin. This time you'll be able to rotate the coffin and look at it from different angles. That'll give you a chance to examine it thoroughly. You can use the right stick to turn the coffin in any way you'd like. And holding the right button while using the right stick will let you jump to right to where the action is. If you ever get stuck or confused, you can always reset things with the right stick. Okay, if I find any prints, I'll choose one to run against your data, just like before. Let me check those controls one more time. Okay, got it. Okay, that's how we control it. Then I can reset it. Well, I think we should check the back, right? Plink. Oh, I know why they introduced the, what's it called? The limit? So that you can't just cover the entire thing in one go. They're no fun. Anyway, we got prints here. Or prints of some kind. What? Where'd they go? Why did they disappear? Oh, maybe it was just bits that didn't get blown because they were off screen? Yeah, probably. In that case... Did we check the bottom of the box? Perhaps? Man, I hate how slow this is. Let's see. Blank, 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 blank. Nothing. Oh, no. Yeah, that's just more pattern. Oh, no, there's our, there's the prints. I suppose it was a lot more obvious than I thought. Thought they were going to make me check every single surface. No, they're not quite that mean. I wonder what that big print is, though. Oh, it's the palm. Gotcha. Well, here we go. There, I got a print. Oh, wait, that's just... Huh, that's funny. It doesn't match any of the prints of anyone involved in this case. Really? None of them? How can that be? Now then, I wonder if I can find any more prints. Oh, yeah, can I inspect this? How's this, Emma? That print is from the base of the palm. You only get prints from the fingers or the thumb, so you don't... So why don't you give it another try? Okay, well, how about the other finger? I already checked this print. Okay, that whole hand is done for, apparently. Can I check the other side? Oh, wrong button. Can I dust the other side, perhaps? Nothing there. Anything on the front, perhaps? Oh, yep, I see it. Okay, so it doesn't want us to dust indiscriminately, it seems. It wants to look for markings. And then go for it. Gotcha. Yep, there we go. Oh, I found another print. Judging from its position and location, it might have been made when someone put the lid on the coffin. Let's see now. There was one part during the show where someone put this lid on, after Trucy had gotten into the coffin. And therefore, this print should belong to... the rabbit girl. Yep, there we go. Bonnie. Bloing, 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 bloing. This is a very slow section compared to the old fingerprinting. Looks like this print belongs to that bunny girl. Come to think of it, she did put... oh. Was it... oh, come to think of it, she did put the lid in the coffin during the show. That's probably when she left her prints on the lid. It looks like that's about all the prints we were going to find. To sum everything up, the prints we found belong to the victim, Mr. Reyes, the bunny assistant, Bonnie, and some third unidentified person. But that's strange. We didn't see anybody else up there on stage during the show. Does this mean some outsider was up there? Somebody unrelated to the show? I guess we can't really say at this point. Well, thank goodness we didn't find any of the Trucy's fingerprints, right? But that's only because Trucy was wearing gloves. Hey Emma, there's something else that's been bothering me about the prints. Don't you think there's something odd about Mr. Reyes' prints? Odd? What about them? Well, if Mr. Reyes was standing in the coffin facing forward, he would have left prints like this, right? When we look at the actual prints... they're facing backwards. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey, what do you know? You're right. I wonder how they wound up like that. Maybe he was accidentally facing the wrong way at first, but then turned around later? No, the coffin is too small for a guy his size to turn around in. About all you would have been able to manage is maybe get a little bit of twisting. Then it really doesn't make any sense at all, does it? I think I might have hit on something major here. Oh, I have just one more question, Emma. Oh, yeah? What is it? Mr. Reyes was stabbed in the back, right? But if he was standing in the coffin like this, how would that have worked? Oh, right. That. The lead prosecutor has an explanation, actually. He thought that the victim might have tried to dodge the sword as it came into the coffin. So maybe he twisted his body and the sword ended up stabbing him in the back. That's his theory, anyway. I see. I guess that sounds plausible. Alright. Well, I guess that about wraps up our investigation of the stage. Actually, there's still the area behind the curtain. And beneath the stage, don't forget. Don't you want to know what's back there? Sure do, but Emma told us not to move or touch anything, remember? Would you quit staring at me? Fine, I'll go open it for you. Wow, look at you flaunting your lady killer eyes. I have my ways. I'm only doing this so you won't get charged with animal abuse for not throwing you a bone. I guess puppy eyes can be just as effective. Okay. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, here we go. Well, go on and investigate to your heart's content, but before you go moving anything... I know, we'll be sure to ask first. Oh, by the way, just examine the backstage to move to the area beyond the curtain. Okay, time to get investigating. Alright, here we go. Let's head back to the backstage. Seeing the stage this way kind of breaks the illusion, doesn't it? It just goes to show that some things are better left unseen. Ooh, listen to you, sounding all grown up and stuff. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have some cynical one-liners of your own someday too. Oh boy, I can't wait. Anyway, on to more pressing matters. Let's go examine the backstage area. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, can't rotate back here. Ooh, we can go to the understage. So what do we got interesting? Well, there's a broom with a dustpan impaled on it. There's the fire bucket, which is empty. Here's the wires that control the stuff upstage. There's the ladder that leads to the top. There's this mini coffin, which is interesting, and there's a guillotine. Let's start with the mini coffin. Hey, there's a coffin back here, too. It looks like there's a stuffed dragon inside. No, wait, look, it's just an illusion. See? The dragon design looks like it's on the inside, but it's really just painted on the front lid. Oh, wow, you're right. That really is something else. If the show hadn't been canceled, we might have gotten to see this trick too, huh? Yeah, I thought we were gonna pull apart that coffin, maybe fingerprint it. Guess not. What's up with the guillotine? It's a guillotine, but it's not real. It's just another one of Trucy's props. I wonder if it's supposed to appear in the show. Huh? You mean she didn't mention it to you? She said you were going to make a guest appearance on stage for a guillotine trick. No, I definitely do not remember agreeing to something like losing my head on national TV. Alright, fire bucket time. A dustpan, a broom, and a bucket. Guess they use these to keep the stage tidy. I doubt that's what this bucket is for, though. See how it says fire on it? Oh, I guess it's a fire bucket then. Yeah, I heard the theater owner went out and bought that just for the show. When he heard there was going to be a fire trick, he flew to the store to get it. But can a little bucket like this really put out a raging fire? I'm guessing the owner thought it could. But it doesn't look like it's been used. In fact, the inside is caked with dust. What was the point of even buying the bucket then? Wait a minute, that means nobody actually prepared for the fire trick after all. I have a feeling this might be an important bit of information. Hey, why not buy a fire extinguisher, bro? Oh, that was weird. I said bro. I need to drink some water. Give me a second. Alright. Let's check the wires. What is this thing? It's a winch. I guess they used it to pull Mr. Hat up. Oh, look! There are two winches. One back there and one up here. Apparently, each winch is rigged up to something different. One of them was used to hold up the dragon set piece, while the other was connected to that weird puppet up in the catwalk. Weird puppet, huh? You'd better go check out the catwalk later. In fact, we should check it out now. And it looks like this ladder leads to the catwalk overhead. Do I really have to go up there? Why don't you go up and check it out, Athena? I'm sure you'll like the air up there. Huh? Where in the world did you get that idea from? Wait a minute. Are you trying to say I'm an airhead? How rude can you get? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Now, up you go. I'll just wait down here. Okay, now I'm starting to get the picture. You're afraid of heights, aren't you, Apollo? Come on now. This is for Trucy. She needs us, so up the catwalk you go. Well, I guess it's time to put on my my big boy pants. Oh, is my throat starting to give out? Suppose I was being a bit ambitious with this despite being ill. Are you alright, Apollo? You're white as a sheet. I'm fine. Don't look down, Justice. Don't look down. Those green things over there look like cushions. I guess one of them was used to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hat zipped into it. No, let's go check it out. Way over there? Alright. Let's see. Well, I think the only notable thing here is Mr. Hat and the cushions, right? And the big winch. Let's check the big winch first. Wow, that's a big pulley. Looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. The dragon set piece must have been hanging from this. I see. And Mr. Hat, how are you doing? What's that? Oh man, my voice really is giving out. Look, Apollo, it's Mr. Hat. He's attached to a wire. Actually, didn't Trucy say something like they quickly raised Mr. Hat up by the wire into a cushion on the catwalk? Oh, his cape's torn. How unfortunate. Maybe the stagehands pulled Mr. Hat up and left him here afterwards. That wire attached to his back. It looks like it's connected to one of the winches down below. Mr. Hat's cape is ripped. Yeah. They've ripped in a really weird way. Huh? Did that happen during the show? That's odd. It almost looks like it was slashed with the blade. How in the world did that happen? Apollo, I see you're trying to take this all in stride, and I respect that. But seriously, you're trembling like a newborn fawn up here. Get it together, man. I can't help it. Alright. Do we have anything else to check? Other than the cushions? I don't think so. Hey, look! There are cushions attached to the underside. Well, what are you standing way over there for? Come on over and look. You're not gonna try and push me off, are you? Seriously, Apollo? Come on, you'll be fine. Here, do you want me to hold your hand? Yes, actually, if you wouldn't mind. Looks like you're right. And Trucy mentioned something about this. Looks like you're right. And Trucy mentioned something about this, didn't she? That's a cushion that was supposed to absorb the force of impact when Mr. Hat was pulled up. Alright, I think that's all up here, unless they want us to investigate the props. Yep, there we go. Back down. To the understage now. And there's a sign here that says understage. I bet these stairs go to the understage area. Trucy told me she and her fellow magicians call it the Abyss. I wonder why. Who knows, maybe it's because it's really dark down there or something. Ooh, I bet they've got all kinds of magical goodies stashed away down there. Come on, let's go check it out. The door's locked. The door's locked. The entrance to the Abyss is barred to mere mortals like us, huh? Oh well, that's what you call a swinging abyss. Oh, okay. I guess it did want me to inspect the other props. Interesting. There's gonna be fingerprints on them or something. These big set pieces look like a rabbit in the moon. Although they kind of look like could be used like a duck and a croissant, too. What do they look like to you, Apollo? The Grim Reaper and the guy falling to his death. Come on, let's wrap this investigation up before your imagination catches up with you. Okay, I think that is everything up here, right? Wait. Oh, the second pulley. Right, I forgot about that. And it looks like Mr. Hat is rigged to this smaller pulley. Let's see, how did it go? After being blown by a kiss, Mr. Hat goes wild, and just as he's about to stab the coffin, he gets pulled up to the catwalk. And the smoke screen was to hide his ascent from the audience's view. Well, I think that about does it for the catwalk. Do you think we missed anything? Nope, nuh-uh. Didn't miss a single thing. We're all done here, yes sirree. I take it you're ready to go down. Yeah, I think we'd better. I feel a fainting spell coming on. Oh, brother. You don't need me to hold your hand again, do you? Alright. All done? Pretty much. There's just one thing. The door to the understage passage was locked. Any way we can get down there? That place? They locked it up as soon as the police finished our investigation down there. If you want to check it out, you'll have to ask a magician. Well, Trucy's at the detention center, so she can't help us. I guess we'll have to look for somebody else from the show. Okay, and I better get back to my own investigation. See you around. It's too bad about the Understage area, but at least we learned a few things. Yeah, like one of your greatest fears. I wasn't talking about that. I meant how all the behind-the-scenes stuff is set up. Well, let's see. We found out there are 2 winches backstage. Mr. Hat was rigged to the first winch. And the dragon set piece was attached to the other one. And both of them were used during the show. Right after the body was discovered, the dragon set piece fell to the stage. And in the chaos that ensued, the culprit could have switched up the rubber sword with the real one. So it looks like the best way to prove Trucy's innocence is to identify the real killer. What a complete and utter mess. Oh, this is great. Just great. That right kid is Bush League. Small potatoes. A half-grown has-been. There's somebody on stage. I wonder who it is and what they're doing. Maybe we should go and talk to them. Alright. Well, hello. What was your name? Mr. Rettins. Got it. Excuse me, are you connected to the show? And what? You two got a couple more headaches for me to handle? I got my handful as it is. Hey, I remember this guy. Hey, you there. What the heck's going on? They wouldn't even let me in. Me, for crying out loud. Oh, Mr. Rettins, there was an accident during the show. An accident? Great, just great. That's all I need right now. You have any idea how much money we're sinking into this program? It's that man who was going off at the staff in front of this theater. I ain't never seen you guys before. If I had to guess, I'd say you're not production staff. What's that I spy with my little eye? An attorney's badge? Well, how do you do? I didn't know you fine folks were lawyers. My business card, if you would. Charmed to be your acquaintance, I'm sure. Oh, thank you. So, you're from the TV station, I take it? Sharp as a tack you are. I'm the producer of this TV special. All my idea, by the way. I'm Apollo Justice, Trucy Wright's defense attorney. Trucy Wright's? Oh well, ain't that a kick in the head. How about you open with that tidbit next time, champ? Okay, what happened to this schmoozy Magoo bit? I'm Roger Rettins. Hold the applause. No autographs, kids. I'm on the clock. Apollo, this guy looks really familiar, but I can't quite... Really, kid? Then try this on for size. Hang loose, baby. Hang loose, baby? Oh! Apollo, it's the ratings Raja from Take-Two TV. He's huge, crazy huge, like a real famous producer. Really? I've never heard of him. Seriously, man? What kind of cave did you crawl out of? Roger Rettins, the ratings Raja, titan of the TV screen. Still not ringing a bell? You ain't seen my hit Saturday night talk show at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central? No. I can't say I have. You're blowing my mind, kid. You don't even know what a TV is? Say it with me. Television. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the incident? No. What kind of comeback is that? Go some backbone, kid. I basically lobbed that one at you. Now hit me with your best barb. Viewers will love that. Come on, you sell it. You gotta sell it. Sell what? Say something funny for the nice people at home. Go on, hit me with your best shot. My best shot? We're rolling here. Hurry up before they change the channel. Chop. Okay, here goes. Talk to the hand. Kapow! Kapow? Really? And why are you pointing out dramatically like we're in court? I don't know. It just kind of seemed like the thing to do. Apollo. Ooh, that's gonna guts going in the cringe reel for sure. I think we can all agree this was that was a mistake. If I choked any harder, I'd be needing a Heimlich maneuver. I blame myself, really. Should have known better than to waste a good film on a nobody. So, you wanted an exclusive or what? Today's magic show was being broadcast live on TV, wasn't it? And you were the producer, right? That's right, Rising Magic Star versus Old School Gramarye. It was going to be wild. We were going to have viewers vote for their favorite magician during the show. And the loser would have a really embarrassing prank done to them. And it was gold, I tell you, guaranteed ratings. I don't know, it kinda sounds tacky if you ask me. I'm telling you, man, modern viewers eat this stuff up with a spoon, trust me. All we gotta do is serve it up nice and hot. Feast for the eyes. More like junk food for the brain. But that little brat had to go and ruin everything with that accident of hers. You have any idea how many times they dragged me over here to prepare for today? He must know this theater pretty well if he came by that often. Oh, that gives me an idea. How about this? Mad mindscape of a magical murderess. Closest comrades come clean. Tell me, has Trucy always shown signs of being unhinged? When could you tell she was about ready to snap? This guy's cruising for a bruising, Apollo. As long as you don't get caught on camera. And truth be told, I'm not surprised about the way things turned out. Magicians are pretty much the dregs of society, am I right? What's that supposed to mean? What were you doing at the time of the incident? Shooting a show in the station studio. We had a whole bunch of girls in bikinis wrestle each other for the camera. So, you didn't see the accident as it actually happened? That's right, that's why I was shocked when I first got here. So, he didn't hear about the accident until he arrived, huh? I'm guessing what you really want to know is whether or not I have an alibi, am I right? My staff at the TV studio can vouch for me. Why not go there and ask them yourself? You can give them my card and they'll let you in. So you have an alibi, huh? Good to know. Oi. Magicians are all a bunch of good-for-nothings if you ask me. Con artists and thieves are what they are. They trick people and take their money. Coming from you, that's pretty rich, pal. Magic tricks aren't the same as con jobs, you know. That's right. The people who are watching never feel like they've been cheated. Lawyers spout hypocritical nonsense. Big surprise there, lol. And post. Did he just post about us in real time? Those Gramarys are all criminals. It's in their blood. Trucy Wright ain't no different. That girl is no good. She may look all sweet and innocent, but she's a stone-cold killer. And don't you dare talk about Trucy like that. You don't know the first thing about her. You won't find a sweeter, hard-working girl anywhere, period. Hey. She's got the wool pulled over your eyes, I see. What in the world are you talking about? You'll see, I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those Gramarye magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes. Do they have a grudge against Trucy? Or maybe all Troop Gramarye? TV is a window to the truth. It's not like that magic stuff, or the streetwise charlatans that perform it. It's a shame. A crying shame, I tell you. What was supposed to be a fun, light-hearted program turned into this sorry affair. I'll have to sell it to news outlets all over the world if I'm going to make my money back. Trucy Wright will make her debut, all right. Not as a magician, but as a criminal. What? It's my duty to report it. Can't let a tragedy like this happen again now, can I? Even if she gets off somehow, I'll make sure she never walks the streets again. We won't let that happen. We won't let you do that to her. We're going to prove her innocent in court. Listen to you acting all high and mighty. You're just another money grubber. I know how you lawyers do things. You'll stop at nothing to win. I beg your pardon? If you win your trials, you get fat stacks, right? Is money really all you care about? What's with him, Apollo? Why won't he listen? But enough about you. I'm all about going after Trucy now. I won't stop until she's behind bars. That's how we in the media dish out justice. Before you even get to court, my expose is going to take you down. Not if I have anything to say about it. Well, gotta get back to the station. Hang loose, baby. Do we even get paid for defending Trucy? I don't think so. Unless she has a lot of money already, somehow. And it looks like the prosecution won't be our only opponent this time. But no way are we gonna let that guy have his way either. That's right. Okay, we're done with this stage, so let's go someplace else. I still wish we could check out that understage passage, though. But what else can we investigate right now? Well, I think at this point, we just have to go, back to the detention center, right? Unless someone's appeared in the dressing room, which is a possibility. About all that's left to check out is that understage passage. I'll try to get one of the staff members to unlock the door. Someone just came into the dressing room. Oh, it's you people again. You came back. Uh-huh. I saw you, you know. Oh, it's you, the bunny assistant from the show, right? What? Oh, yes, that's right. My name is Bonnie DeFemme. I remember her talking to us earlier. Performing magic's like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. One little mistake can even cost you your life, you know. I wonder if she'll make it across today. What do you mean by that exactly? Oh, nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me. She said some pretty strange things then. I saw you take it. You took something from our dressing room. Oh, Bonnie, the teleportation trick you did was amazing! Fantastic! What? Oh, thank you. But what you did, the stealing is... What other kinds of magic tricks can you do? Me? Oh, well, how about this? Oh. Huh. Splendido! Athena, I think Bonnie's trying to say something to us. She is? Thank you, Mr. Thief. Thief? I saw you. I saw you take that notebook. Please don't take things from our dressing room. Uh-huh. So it's true what they say. Thieves really do return to the scene of the crime, don't they? Thieves? I thought it was just arsonists in real life. What? Guess that means she really saw us, huh? I bet this looks pretty bad. If you return what you stole right now, I won't call the police. Oh boy. You've got it all wrong. We're Trucy's lawyers. She asked us to bring the notebook to her. Trucy's lawyers? Oh, I'm so sorry I called you thieves. If you really thought we were thieves, why were you still doing magic tricks for us? I can't help it. Whenever anybody asks, I just can't bring myself to refuse. And does that mean she's a real people person, or that she aims to please a little too hard? In that case, can you tell us the secret to your teleportation trick? Well, I don't know if I should. If I keep up the pressure, she just might tell us. I've been dying to know. Leave the poor girl alone. Are you investigating this case? Yes, that's right. I'm Trucy's biggest fan. I just love her to bits. I'd do anything to help her. We appreciate that. In that case, would you mind if we asked a few questions? Oh boy. So unfortunately, my throat seems to be giving out. Probably because this is the longest I've talked since recovering. So even though it said at least 4 hours in the title, I'm going to change it to 3 hours, and pretend that it said 3 hours always. So of course, with that being said, thank you for all for tuning in. This has been Secretly Scuffed, and I am signing off.